Football Friday nights here in Danville just got a whole lot prettier. Take a look at this turf field here from Tough Street Stadium. The Danville Blue Devils will play their first game here in this new look as they take on the Utica Redskins live and free on the OH Report. Stay tuned. We'll have pregame up next.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results. More than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
But we'll start off with a team that made it to the Final Four, the Danville Blue Devils. I welcome in head coach Matt Bloom. Coach, as always, a pleasure to see you, and welcome. It's another season of football. Can't get any better, right?
Yeah, can't complain at all. We're getting ready to go.
Well, first, before we start talking about 2025, let's talk about a little bit about 2024. You guys, you broke through. You won a regional championship. You were close against Hillsdale as well to making it to Canton, but that was a special season for this squad. You pretty much ran through almost all the teams on the schedule, but just one more chance for you to reflect on that great year you had.
You know, it was a good year. We had a really good senior class last year. Obviously, we're going to miss guys like Josh Byers, Caleb Lucas, Aiden Burke, Blake Colopy, to name a few. You know, Josh Byers and Caleb Lucas are going to play at the next level at Ashland University, so they're going to take their talents to the next level. But a special group of kids, and you know, they really sustained the standard. That was our motto last year. You know, like you had already mentioned, they broke down the wall, and we got to the Final Four, which was special. Yeah, really special for us because it's been a lot of hard work. With our boys, so that was obviously a special moment. Just being able to sustain the throughout the seasons. We have new kids, we reload. But being able to have success every year in and year out, is special. So, but that's our standard here, and that's what's going to continue to happen.
A tough loss to Hopewell early on in the season. You lost to Northmore, winning the championship and winning a regional as well. Yeah, I guess talk about the KMAC. I always say the KMAC is one of the most underrated small school conferences in the state of Ohio for the fact that you constantly see district champions, but 2 of 28 teams remaining in the state of Ohio were KMAC schools.
I just think in general it's a deep league. I think it's kind of cliche, but week in and week out you have a battle, and that's what we ran into last year. Obviously Northmore was a fantastic team and they earned it every single week. They had a great year, but I thought Centerburg was a really good team. Fredericktown was a good team. Mount Gilead was a good team, just to name a few there. And it's going to be like that this year. I think everybody has different pieces coming back, and it's going to be interesting to see how everything plays out. But I think you're exactly right. I think year in and year out, it's a very competitive league, one that's good to be a part of. And our goal is to compete for a conference title every year, and that's what we're going to aspire to do. In the 3 years I've been here, we've been top 2 in the league every single year. We won it a couple years ago, so that's our standard, and that's what we're going to try to achieve.
Yeah, and you're talking about having to reload some players, but you return one of the best up-and-coming running backs, at least the second half of the year. We saw what he can do. Cy Wallace, he really came on, what was it, about game 4 or 5?
Yeah, I would say later half of the year, week 5, week 6 is kind of when we started to put more on his plate. Obviously, being a freshman, you want to handle those situations a little bit different, but it was just hard to not, not give him the ball and keep him off the field. So he's a very special kid, and he's going to be able to play both sides of the ball this year for us at running back, safety. We're going to be able to move him around a little bit. So we're definitely going to have some athletes get the ball. And now we got to put them in the right positions to be able to succeed.
Yeah, it's just crazy that he came in game 5. He did get to play 10 games for the season, and he got over 1,000 yards. Just to see that for a freshman. I mean, Danville football, you know how to run the ball, you know how to play defense, but he's one of those typical Danville players.
He did some special things, man. In our week, I think it was 13 playoff game against Miller, he ran for 294 yards, which was second all-time in school history. And he actually broke our single-season yards per carry record for 12 yards at attempt, which is just it's crazy. And even playing that safety position, he finished with 80-plus tackles. So, he's a ball hawk, man. And I can't speak to the level of what type of kid he is. He's a great leader, even as a sophomore. Type of kid never misses a workout, 6 a.m. workout. And, those are the types of kids you want to win with and battle with. So we're blessed to be able to have him and many others.
Just take a look at your schedule coming up, Coach. At Worthington Christian, you took care of them. Utica, and then you're home against Lucas, the rivalry back on the turf. And then you get into conference schedule. But, first, it's you want to get out of the gate good early on the right step. Worthington Christian, they're going to be a little bit better this year. Lucas is always Lucas when you got Utica, but those two of those 3 non-conference games, it's got to be good to have a good start at home, and then you get Northmore at home as well. Hardington and East Knox Devil Dog always a special one. But what do you think about your schedule this year?
Yeah, I mean, 2 out of our 3 non-conference opponents are Division 5 opponents, so we're playing up and
points too for the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, we want to play the best competition possible, and those are 2 that we've had, and we're really excited to get Lucas back on the schedule. I think that's one that I would like to play every year if possible. Just because 2 very similar type communities. Glad to get that one back on the schedule. And kind of like we already talked about with the league, I think top down it's going to be very competitive this year, and we're just going to have to bring our lunch pail every single week and compete and strain every rep and finish. So.
And I mean, Danville football on the offensive side, it's running. On the defensive side, it's just, like you said, lunch pail, gritty. You graduate a lot from last year. A lot of your top tacklers from the team that only allowed 156 points in 15 games. I mean, that's a crazy number to think about. But, despite losing a big amount of guys, it's Danville. You guys have those players that can make that next step.
Yeah, we're fortunate. We bring back 6 starters on the defensive side of the ball, because once we got towards the end part of the year, we were able to start getting some sophomores, even some freshmen, some reps. So even though we lose a good chunk of our production defensively and offensively, I still feel pretty good in the guys we return. And we're going to be a little bit of a younger team. Sophomores and juniors are going to be playing a lot. We have a smaller senior class, only 7 kids, so which are still all going to have big roles, but we're going to have a lot of sophomores and juniors on the defense side of the ball and offense. So, we're counting on guys to step up, and that's kind of, we're in that in-between period right now. We've only seen each other and seen ourselves in practice, so we have New York Catholic tomorrow in a scrimmage, and we're really excited to kind of see where we're at, kind of gauge and get better for week 1.
New York Catholic, the perennial power in the small school ranks, so you're going to get a good judge at that. But like I said, week 2, Utica at home, you open up the new turf. Danville has turf. Just talk to me about how that just came to be. I mean, we saw the Mud Bowl a couple years ago against East Knox 2 seasons ago. That it was sloppy, everything like that. But who brought the idea up of getting turf? And how did it just come to be?
I think this has kind of been a big process in the making. I think you really mentioned the culprit there with the East Knox Mud Bowl game. Not really that game itself, but losing the opportunity to play 2 home playoff games on that field.
That's right, you played at Mount Vernon.
Yeah, we played at Mount Vernon for 2 games. And then this past year, we had a mud game against Loudonville. It wasn't as bad, but we lost a JV game at home, a junior high game at home. So all these situations really made us evaluate our playing surface. And another thing I didn't mention, we weren't able to practice on our game field for the last 4 weeks of our season because it was just terrible shape. So, me and one of my other coaches, my defense coordinator, Charlie Duncan, we really came together and, came up with a plan of how can we get, a better situation, a better field. And, there were so many community members that stepped up, Tony Mickley, Mark Hawk, Michael Hawk, Dave Hawk, Doug Hawk, and we really all came together and formed our committee and made this happen. So there was just a lot of people that put a lot of work and a lot of time in the shadows to make it happen. And now we have something we can truly be proud of.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Time now for your Knox Public Health pregame show, live and free from Danville, Ohio, as the Blue Devils, get set to take on the Utica Redskins here today. Utica just made their way out to the field. Danville lining up as well to get things started here momentarily from the new and improved Tough Street Stadium. Let's quickly get into our pregame festivities. Talk about the team spotlight for this team, which is the Utica Redskins. They're headed up by Charlie Rowley, lost over 1,500 offensive yards to graduation from their star quarterback, throwing the ball, running the ball. He did it all. Hayden Piper, and then also But the Redskins do return a majority of the receiving room. You see their recent results. Hasn't been pretty these last couple of games. Started out week 1 last week against Centerburg on the road. They took on Liberty Center to end their season last year. This offense has kind of eluded them towards the end of last year, and then also the beginning of this year against another KMAC opponent in Centerburg. Thanks for joining us live and free on the OH Report. I'm Jonathon Langdon. Joined alongside me is Payton Colopy, a former Danville player. Thank you so much for joining us today. Aaron Hayes is going to be the player spotlight for this Utica team. The new starting quarterback did a pretty solid job last week, just couldn't get any points on the board with 143 passing yards and 40 rushing yards. Let's take it back out to the field as it is a sold-out crowd here tonight. And here come the Danville Blue Devils, bracing the black unis tonight. But it is a new age here for Danville as they make their way to the field. And as they get settled in, let's talk about Payton, your Danville Blue Devils, and how they come into today's game riding high after a win against Worthington Christian.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be looking to continue that success from last week. Really a hard-fought game last week, allowing 13 points the entire game, which is per usual for Danville, putting up 35 on Worthington Christian, who just seemed pretty impressive to me on film. They're going to be looking to continue that tonight against Utica, a long-time kind of a friendly rivalry we've had with Utica. Been a few years since we've seen them regularly, so it's nice to see them back on the schedule for sure.
So the Blue Devils last week ran for over 300 yards, and it was Cy Zoom Wallace who helped them do it, picking up right back where he left off last season with a nearly 200-yard game with 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, watching Cy even at the junior high level, just really impressive. He'll outrun you, he'll juke you, and if he has to, he'll put his shoulder down. He'll run right over you if he needs to.
Taking it back out to the field because we're about set to go here. Wrap up our pregame show and bring you the Bottleneck scoreboard tonight. Utica lost to Centerburg in week 1. Looking to reverse things here against another KMAC opponent, likely one of the teams that's going to end up towards the top of the KMAC, just like the Trojans and the Danville Blue Devils, who got their win against Worthington Christian 32-13 last week on the road.
The Utica's definitely had a rough start to the season. We got the first kickoff here, going to be fielded by number 12, Cy Wallace.
First kickoff return here at the new and improved Tough Street Stadium, and he takes a big hit as he's taken out of bounds just ahead of the 30-yard line. So that's where things will start off tonight for this new Danville offense, headed up by the junior Nolan Ridgway.
Yeah, Nolan's going to be looking to fill in some pretty big shoes in Max Payne and Wyatt Weckesser, and then last year in Hackman, who they've all really kind of stepped up to the plate here at Danville and really continued that success that we've always had on offense.
Blue Devils will start in a shotgun formation, 2 receivers far side. Wesley Payne, the senior, on the near side towards his Danville bench. Ridgway in the shotgun. Siren Wallace will go to his left. He'll look for him first. He gets his first completion of the night. Will it be for positive yardage? Just barely. About a yard gained on the play.
Yeah, just a quick toss out to the right. Didn't really have anything going downfield. Looked at his check down and Cy Wallace, and Cy kind of didn't make a big gain, but he made positive yards, which is that's all offenses are looking for. It's just positive yardage every single play.
So second down here. We apologize for the clock camera, a little bit of a tough angle, a little bright, not the glare from the sun not going to allow us to see that time too well here in the first half, but just about 11 minutes to go as we see a toss in space out to Wallace. 3 Redskins collapse on him, but it's enough for a first down.
Yeah, that right there is a prime example of what I was talking about. Cy, he's going to run around you, he's going to juke you out, but if he has to, he's going to take a hit. Even being a sophomore, even last year as a freshman, he took some pretty big shots, and he's definitely a tough kid, and he's going to be a big help for Danville this year and years to come.
So Siren Wallace, pretty solid gain, gets him to the 42-yard line for another set of downs. Utica Redskins struggled defensively, gave up 34 points to Centerburg. See if Danville can drive here. Ridgway rolls out to his left immediately, looks for a short route. Pass is complete to Briggs Wallace, who makes a couple men miss and gets another first down for the Blue Devils.
Briggs, the younger brother of Cy Wallace, he is a freshman this year. Again, Briggs, watching him in junior high, he was a big asset for them, and Coach Bloom is definitely going to utilize his talents because he essentially has a second Cy Wallace out on the field with him at all times.
Yeah, he dominated the middle school run game, but it's interesting on the roster, Coach Bloom has him listed as a wideout, so that's how he's going to start out his Danville High School career. I formation here. Little change up for the Blue Devils on this drive. Snap from Ridgway, and he'll roll out on the play action. Throws a short one. Carson Proper on the completion to the 35 of Utica.
Proper, one of those receivers that he's a real good fill-in receiver. Definitely takes some of the pressure off those big-time yardage gainers. But he's a threat to be reckoned with downfield as well.
Scored his first touchdown of the season last week. 2 receptions, 23 yards, Proper. You'll also get to see a little bit of his freshman brother, Parker. Not out on the field right now for this play, but he'll be just as big of a presence for this Blue Devil squad. Snap from Ridgway. He's looking towards the middle. That he'll find Tharp on a nice little completion, spreading out this defense. Yet another Danville first down.
Justice Tharp, another one of those kids looking to fill some big shoes in Caleb Lucas last year, who really kind of stepped up and had a huge season, both receiving and defensively. And Tharp's going to look to fill those shoes, fill that role for Coach Bloom, so he can be utilized a lot this season.
Really good drive cooking here to start out the home season. 8:50 to go here in the first quarter of action. Motion from Ashton Spalding. He'll go to the right side of the line, right next to Wes Payne. Couple of blockers. Nice little toss to Cy Wallace. He'll have to do some work. Doesn't look like he got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a slight loss on the down.
That was just good play coverage by the Redskins defense, number 76 coming in, filling that hole. Wasn't really anything for Cy to use there. Hole closed up too fast.
I say no gain, second down and 10. The tackle made by Bryson Macy, the senior for Utica. Ball will be on the right hash now. Just one receiver way to the far side. That is the freshman Parker Proper we talked about before. As we see Briggs Wallace go into motion. Utica seems to be ready. Briggs doing a couple of moves to get some positive yardage, but he'll get down about halfway to the first down marker.
Yeah, Briggs looks like just a 5-yard gain. Had to work for it, make a couple cuts and some heavy Utica traffic there. But we had a couple linemen downfield really laying down some blocks in Owen Gronberg, the junior center. Coach got to love seeing that on film.
So this will be 3rd down and 6, ball in the 19, just inside the red zone here for the first time tonight. Danville Blue Devils from the shotgun. Ridgway takes the snap, gives it to Wallace, takes a wide angle towards the first down marker. He'll be cut off short. Looks like they'll have about 2 to 3 yards to go on 4th down.
Just a little short yardage gain. Wallace kind of having to drop his shoulder there. Was pushed out of bounds. Looks like the refs are going to spot him down at the 16. I'm going to look for them to run a similar play, some type of counter with Wallace to get those extra yards that they need for the first down.
Ridgway gets back to the huddle. Wallace, I noticed on that last play, had to take a really wide angle. It just seems like Utica has emphasized in this first drive, those edge rushers just need to get wide, force the running backs to try and go up the middle. Here's 4th down and 3, going for it. RPO option as Tharp takes the catch and gets hit hard. But they did get that first down. He hung on for a second catch of the drive. My goodness.
Yeah, Tharp really showing his toughness right there. That was a hard hit over the middle. Able to haul it in, bring it in, and hold on to it all the way through the catch, giving the Blue Devils a new set of downs right on the 10-yard line.
Blue Devils have nearly taken off half of the quarter time. Approaching 6 minutes on this drive. With a shotgun look, Siren in the sidecar to the right. No one will roll that way. Escaping the first rusher. He's going to take it and run it. And he'll take a hit inside the 5.
Looks like they're going to mark him down at the 3-yard line. Good hard run by Ridgeway there. Didn't have anything downfield that he saw. Decided to tuck it and run. And looks like they got I think they're giving him 6 yards on that play. They'll be down at the 4.
Blue Devils threatening on their first drive here at home this season to score a touchdown. I formation, Chris Mosier in the fullback spot. Wallace all the way in the back. Motion from Carson Proper. Here's the snap. They'll give to Siren. Puts a couple juke moves on. Won't get to the end zone. Keeps
Still
going.
up.
Now he's going to shove forward.
Did
he
give it
get
to him?
there? Looks like they're going to mark him right at the 1. Take a look at this play yet again, thanks to OhioHealth.
Really good second effort here by Asai. He didn't think he was down, and it didn't quite look like he was making a stretch for the end zone, but ref marked him down at the 1. He's going to look to finish off this drive with a Blue Devil touchdown here.
They'll go back to that I. On 3rd down and goal. And it looks like now we got a whistle and a timeout.
Looks like a timeout by Utica coaching staff there. Might not have liked what they saw that the Danville offense brought to the line of scrimmage there. They're going to talk it over and get a new defensive scheme going here for this 3rd and 1 at the 1.
Well, Danville in this first drive has gotten pretty much everything that you'd want to see. A couple of nice passes downfield, couple of solid rushes. Despite good defensive coverage by Utica, they've been able to make do with some pretty big yardage gains. And then even converting on 4th down a set of downs ago. Here they are at 3rd and goal at the 1, just trying to finish off that perfect drive.
Yeah, that's what I like to see out of this Danville offense. Being a Danville alum myself, it's nice to see that these boys are definitely they're giving everything that they got out there on the field. They're putting everything into each play, and it's showing here tonight so far as we go into 3rd and goal at the 1.
Blue Devils going for history. Who's going to score the first touchdown in the new and improved Tough Street Stadium? They give to Wallace. Looks like he's cut off short.
I think he's stuffed. Just kind of clogged up the middle of that line of scrimmage there. Looks like big number 60 there at the nose guard spot for Utica. Had his hands in there on the stop. He's going to be a brick wall that this Danville offensive line is going to have to try to figure out how to work with.
Nose tackle Donovan Hawley, another senior for Utica. He's going to be right in the middle of this play on 4th down and goal.
Looks like Danville's going on the shotgun.
This is a 7-minute long drive. Ridgeway takes the snap, rolls to his left. Utica's going to shut him down. They're not going to get to the end zone this time. The Redskins make the stand.
Utica's definitely excited about that one. Huge play by this defensive line. Ridgeway's going to try to roll out here to the left. It looks like a designed QB run, but there was nowhere for him to go. The defensive line and linebackers really came in and kind of tore that play apart from the get-go.
So the Redskins offense is going to take over right at the 4. They were able to force a loss of 3 to give them a little bit of wiggle room. But Danville, 7-minute drive, they come up empty. We'll get to see the first action from the Utica offense, headed up by Aaron Hayes, who takes the snap, immediately gives it off to his RB, who looks like he's going to get stuffed at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Owen Gromberg coming off the right side there at the defensive end spot. Read the play immediately as the ball was snapped, was able to swallow up the running back there and make a good stop. Just looks like a 1-yard gain, going to be 2nd and 9 for Utica from their own 5. Doesn't even look like they gave him a yard.
Yeah, so Mason Bowen, running back for Utica. did get 1 yard, so 2nd down and 9. 3 receivers here on the set. Camden Hall now lined up in the sidecar, and he's going to get a carry. He'll go to his right, get some solid yardage past the 10, and it'll set up 3rd and short.
Camden Hall on the carry.
That was just a quick run out to the right side. Good blocking up front by the offensive line here. And Hall able to get some decent yardage on that play. It looks like they got him spotted down at the 11.
3rd down.
Jacob Byers went in on the tackle, the sophomore, looking to try and take over that middle linebacker position that Josh left empty after graduating last season. As this snap looks like it hits the guard, we'll see a flag on the play as well. Utica falls on the ball.
Looks like it was just a botched snap here. Not sure what happened.
Flag down.
There's a pulling guard.
I think it did. I think the pulling guard was just so fast the center couldn't get the ball back to the quarterback.
Hence the flag. That's probably going to be a false start.
I think that's what we're looking at here.
So they're going to talk to Coach Bloom and probably see if he wants to take this.
Yeah, it looks like a false start, probably on number 70, that right guard that the snap hit. I would definitely say he left a little early. I don't know. That's a close call. The ref saw him move a little early.
I feel like whenever there's a pulling guard that gets in the way of the ball, there's got to be some sort of false start.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of hard as a guard. Even if you're pulling like that, you got to be really fast if you're going to interrupt the snap like that.
Well, Coach Bloom decides to decline the penalty. They'll take the result of the play, which is 4th down and 3, and no way Utica's going for this. They're going to punt.
I'm going to be looking for Danville to definitely put some big-time pressure here, try to look for a punt block, maybe a recovery in the end zone.
Punt gets off right around midfield. It'll be Siren Wallace who takes a fair catch right at the 50-yard line, where Danville will start their next drive. 1st down brought to you by the Killbuck Savings Bank. Danville Blue Devils. Take a look at their keys to victory tonight and what they need to do to get a win here today against Utica. And I think simply you just got to – I would play the song, but copyright issues, run, run, run.
Yeah. They're going to be handing it off to Cy and his younger brother Briggs a lot tonight. Utica's going to have to look to try to really contain those guys. But even bringing them back in, as we've seen already, Cy is going to run you over if he has to. They're going to have to hold on to the ball and just run, try to convert these 3-and-outs all night long.
They just did one not too long ago to get the football back here. Ridgeway's going to drop back to pass. Deep ball looking for Chris Mosier. That will go out of bounds, just a little bit off on the connection.
Looks like Mosier just couldn't quite get adjusted to the pass here. A little over his head towards the this home sidelines. Looks like he just couldn't get adjusted to it.
So that'll bring up 2nd down.
Looks like we got a player down here for Danville. Can't tell who it is.
That looks like Nolan.
Now
Did he take a shot here at the end of the play? We'll take a look. Oh yeah, he absolutely did.
Yeah, it looks like the Utica defender that came in got a shot on Nolan right as he threw the pass. May have got his helmet right on the ribs. That's a hard hit to take from any position, especially quarterback position. As you're making a throw, you can't defend yourself in that situation. All you can do is just take the hit and hope for the best.
So Nolan Ridgeway down, and trainer is taking a look at him. Coach Bloom over there as well. Very hard for this team to see this happen. He's still kind of turning towards that rib cage because they just saw their backup, Bryson Burke, go down last week. He's in an arm cast, and he'll be reevaluated in 6 weeks.
Yeah, Burke down here on the sidelines. I'm sure he's really wishing that he wasn't in that sling right now so he could go in and take over for Ridgeway. See what Coach Bloom has here in mind to fill in for Ridgeway. They're going to bring him onto the sidelines, check him out, and hopefully we can get him back in there.
So the new quarterback today, or after that injury, is going to be Parker Proper. So the freshman going to get thrown right in to the fire here in non-conference play in week 2. He played quarterback for the junior high team. So we'll see what gets drawn up with basically QB3 at this point, making his way out to the field for Danville.
Yeah, Parker's got to be nervous getting thrown in the first quarter still here and at the varsity level as a freshman.
Still scoreless. Danville drove all the way down to their 1 and could not score. This is their second drive, and they are stuffed behind the line.
It looks like Donovan Hawley, big number 60 right there up front, able to make that stop again. Gronberg, the Danville center, he's going to have to try to get something figured out to get that big boy moving to open up some lanes here for Danville tonight.
Utica, a much stronger start than we've seen, or that we saw last week in the OH report against Centerburg. Shotgun set again. And already back into the game is Ridgeway. He takes another shot.
Looks like he got his toes in. See if the refs give it to him. Looks like they are. What a catch there.
Ashton Spalding completes it.
Ashton Spalding, the 6'2", 190-pound senior tight end, making a tiptoe grab there on the sidelines to bring some life back into this Danville offense.
One of just 7 seniors for this Danville team. I talked to Coach Bloom before the game. It's a very young core when you really go down and look at who's making their way out to the field, but still very seasoned, very experienced. Ridgeway, one of those players who's already back after taking a shot to the side 2 plays ago. Briggs Wallace breaks a tackle. He's going to go to the outside to the 10. He's got his first career touchdown as a Blue Devil.
The first touchdown for this varsity Blue Devil team is by a freshman, and he had his brother right in front of him, lead blocking all the way down to the end zone.
He had a pick last week, and here he is just shoving off a defender. Wyatt McInturniff could not hold on. And Briggs, what a start. He is the first player to score here on this new field.
That was just a good play. Nice catch right over in the middle, able to shake that first tackle. And he pretty much had open field in front of him with his brother lead blocking for him.
It looks like they're going to go for 2. Parker Proper will line up in the shotgun. Mosier with a couple motions. He's on the right side. They're going to throw it right to him. That's a 2-point conversion converted for Danville. They lead 8-0. We'll take a break, come back live and free as Danville's on the board here from Tough Street Stadium.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
Danville finds himself in the end zone with just about 2 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. Thanks for joining us live and free on the OH Report. I'm Jonathon Langdon. Joined alongside me is former Danville Blue Devil Payton Colopy. Sean Williamson running camera today as this will get kicked off to the Redskins. This one returned by Hunter McKinney. Nearly lost the football as Danville tried to strip it away, and he's tackled at the 30.
Nice kick there by Ridgway. He's kind of filled in as that Mr. Everything. He punts, he kicks, he throws, he runs, and he holds down that defensive unit also. He's just kind of all over the place. He's definitely a true athlete out there. Coach Bloom, Coach Duncan's definitely going to love having him out on the field.
Aaron Hayes leads the offense back out for Utica. They went 3 and out in their first drive on short field. I guess they were deep in their own end zone basically on that last drive as Hayes is going to tuck it and run. Immediately hit by, I think it was Silas Meinzer who got the tackle.
Yeah, Silas, a 5'10", 240-pound junior. That's one of those kids that he's always been in the mix. It's nice seeing him take over this number 1 spot here on the defensive line, holding down the center of that line of scrimmage here.
Talked about just the youth that this team has with Coach Bloom before this game. He said the defensive line is the biggest spot where they're trying to improve despite having a ton of juniors, even some sophomores playing up front. This ball nearly intercepted. Went right between Aiden Mickley and Cyron Wallace.
Big play by Cy Wallace getting his hand in there to break up that pass. That is almost a guaranteed touchdown if that gets through, and he was able to sneak his hand in there, break up the pass just enough so the Utica receiver couldn't get his hand on it.
So the Redskins will try again. Got to give credit to Hayes, though. That was a pretty good looking throw, just a better defensive deflection. Shotgun snap is bobbled, yep. But they do find a target right at that first down marker completed to Braxton Fisher. Seasoned senior gets the first down.
Hey, you mentioned this youth that Danville has. All these guys, most of these starters this year are all going to be juniors and seniors, but with the amount of talent that they've had the past couple of years, even though these guys got a lot of playing time, they still don't have that much experience in these types of games.
First down and 10, new set of downs just on the 46-yard line of Utica, threatening to get to the other side. We'll give to the big running back who finds a seam. Wallace tugs him at the legs, but pushing forward is Mason Bowen for back-to-back first downs.
And Wallace there able to just slow him down just enough to get the rest of the Danville defense there to help him out. He's just a big body coming in the middle. Looks like a lineman that might have just been fast enough for the coach to hand the ball off to.
Sticking with the shotgun here, Utica. It's pretty much been their bread and butter this entire game thus far. 3 receivers, 2 near side. Fake give to the back. Hayes with not a lot of time. Finds a man. That nearly was yet another touchdown there, Payton. That one snuck through despite the last one that kind of got thrown into double coverage. Danville caught a break right here.
It bobbled there by McKinney, and again, like you said, that was almost a guaranteed touchdown. If he was able to haul that in, I think seeing Cy Wallace's hands there in front of him just distracted him just enough to take his eyes off the ball, and couldn't haul it in.
That's the end of the first quarter. Danville leads 8-0 here at home on the OH Report.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
We are started with the second quarter right away. We'll see a rush get about 3 to 4 yards. Still trying to push for more, but they'll get stopped right at the 39-yard line for Utica as they continue this drive. That they saw some solid plays, but a couple of passes that were just almost touchdowns, Payton.
Yeah, Utica's definitely really wishing they could have hauled those in because they know that this is going to be a battle all night long. They're going to try to get points on the board fast and often, and those two missed opportunities there is really going to hurt them in the long run. Last play was just a quick sweep to Camden Hall. Didn't really have anything going, but he had the rest of his offensive line behind him, pushing him forward. Looks like we got a flag on the play.
So on 3rd down and 7, they won't even get a play off without some laundry hitting the turf.
Let's see what the refs are going to call here. With how fast those flags came out, it looked like possibly a false start. We'll see what the head referee says here.
And yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be. So this will move it from 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 12.
Yeah, Coach Bloom definitely going to take that penalty, help his defense out a little bit here. Utica kind of putting a pretty gritty drive together, but they are making some good yardage downfield. Hopefully this will help slow them down a little bit, give this defensive unit for Danville a little break that they need.
Mason Bowen alongside Hayes in the backfield. 4 receivers here on 3rd down and 12. Danville blitz 4. They nearly get to the quarterback. It's a screen play. They're able to find McKinney. He's got some space. He's got a first down, and he's dragged all the way close to the 25-yard line for Utica.
Yeah, all that was just a jailbreak screen out to the right side here and executed perfectly. The linemen got downfield like they're supposed to. Great blocks laid on this defense. And that's kind of what set this up here. McKinney getting those extra yards that he is glad to get back after that drop pass earlier.
So a new set of downs brought to you by the Killbuck Savings Bank. 10:14 to go and counting. Here from Tough Street Stadium. Hayes, plenty of time to pass. It'll be a short. Just kind of taking what was there. We got a flag thrown after this tackle. It looks like it's going to be a first down if it's not on Utica, this flag.
Again, just another quick screen pass here. Danville's defense wasn't anywhere nearby. Looks like there you got a holding call on the offense. Going to bring back, give this Utica offense a little bit more work to do.
So this will move back the Redskins. Didn't get a chance to ask you this before things kind of got started here, Payton, but first impressions of the new and improved Tough Street Stadium.
Oh, it's beautiful. I've been saying for years, and a lot of people before me has been saying for years, we need a turf here, and they really did a great job getting everything together here. The stadium looks amazing. Defense is looking good on that play. Cy Wallace driving through big number 34, Mason Bowen there to make the stop. Looks like a 3 or 4 yard gain. But again, this stadium is just, it's amazing what they did. The design looks great. They have down here, you can't see it on the sidelines right in front of us. It actually says welcome to Tough Street Stadium right on the turf. It's just over this railing here between the bleachers and the field. This is definitely, again, one of the top stadiums in the KMAC.
Definitely now after the renovations as Utica gets inside the 5. Nice throw from Hayes. And you'll see it again brought to you by OhioHealth.
It's just a little bit of pitch and catch there between Bowen and who's that receiver?
That's Braxton Fisher.
Braxton Fisher. Just a easy pass downfield. Defense was there to make a play and couldn't reel him in to make the stop there, so he got some extra yardage. Got him down to the 3 with 1st and goal. Utica looking to score and hopefully tie things up here at Tough Street.
Both Hall and Bowen back in the shotgun with their quarterback Hayes. Snap, Hayes is going to run right up the middle, and he's got the touchdown.
That was just a good push by the offensive line. All Bowen really had to do was just follow in there behind his big guys up front, and they just kind of escorted him in like his own private security here. Again, just a big push, opened up a huge hole for him. He was able to walk in right as that hole was closing in on him. But,
shout out to Utica. It's their first score of the season after they were shut out last week against Centerbury.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be looking to make up some points lost last week. It's never easy to start the season off with a shutout against you. Looks like they're going to go with an interesting lineup here. Now they're going to motion everybody back in here.
Set up for a potential PAT. They will take it, and it will miss short. So they go for the extra point. They don't get it. Scores 8-6. Danville still in the lead, but Utica threatening to make this a game here at Tough Street.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
Daniel Barrow will line up this kickoff after Utica strikes on a 3-yard rushing touchdown up the middle by Aaron Hayes, the quarterback, to score their first points of the year. We'll see the kickoff from Utica to Danville. High kick. This will take a bounce. Mickley had to pick it up on a hop, and he'll take it maybe 2-3 yards more. Solid kick, but not too bad a field position for Danville. Looks like they'll start at about the 32.
Yeah, definitely didn't get it downfield very far, and it kind of looked like that was by design. Try to get it up in the air as high as he can to allow his kicking team to hopefully run underneath of it, maybe cause a bounce like it did and catch it on the recovery. But things working out for Aiden Mickley on that one.
Danville offense saw a big touchdown reception from Briggs Wallace in their last drive. See if they go back to the air. Ridgeway took a big shot on that drive and has remained in the game anyways. Wallace gets hit in the backfield again, and there is the big fella, Donovan Hawley, continuing to be a pest to this Danville rush game.
Yeah, Hawley coming in and swallowing up, but let's not forget about Elijah Bland, number 10, getting in there, slowing Cy Wallace down so Hawley could come in from behind and make the play on that. Bland really blew up that right side of the line there.
Empty set from the Blue Devils. We've got Wallace in the slot. Snap, Hackman looking for Siren right away. He makes the catch, breaks a tackle, but that foot just could not get unstuck. Right around the 40-yard line, it'll be 3rd down and 2.
Just a quick little pass out here to the left for Cy, just getting the ball into the athlete's hands, letting him try to make a play on it, and the Utica defense really able to hold on to him and allow the rest of his unit to come in, clean everything up for him.
So the run game still taking some time to get acclimated to this Utica defense. They did not have nearly as big of problems last week against Worthington Christian. In fact, they ran for over 300 yards. Just haven't seen that same success thus far. They'll give it back to Wallace. Wallace pushes for the first down, but again, Hawley doesn't make it easy, and we've got a flag on the field. So this could be coming back.
I think we're looking at a holding call, possibly on 57, Landon King. Wallace had the first down there, but with this holding call, it's going to bring him back, and they're going to have to try this all over again. Looks like it's going to bring him back just past the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 12 now instead of a first down.
Well, Danville has 7 seniors on this team. 3 of them play on the offensive line, and one of them just got called for that hold.
Yeah, Landon, I believe, was voted captain this year. It's a mistake you never want to see coming from a captain, but mistakes happen even to leaders like him.
Back to pass again, Ridgway. Collapsing pocket, Wallace hit before he could make a catch. No flag on the field, incompletion, and that's going to make it 4th and long.
Yeah, just a little screen pass here by Danville. Looks like it was Bland again, sniffing out the play, able to stick his nose in there and make the stop here on 3rd down. Going to bring up 4th and 12, forcing Danville to punt.
Ridgway, one of the better punters in the KMAC last year, 38 yards per boot. That was 3rd just behind Cam Vickers. Nearly had this one blocked, but it's still a pretty one. Forces Hayes to run backwards and make the catch at about the 26-yard line.
That was a beautiful punt by Ridgway. Had a good spire on it, was able to get it off just in time. Had a really good distance on it. That's a dangerous reception there by Hayes, having to catch it over his shoulder like that. That's always scary to see, but it's better to try to make the play on it than let the ball potentially roll down into the 10, which Ridgway is really good about getting a good Danville bounce on these punts.
Danville defense looking to make another stand. They gave up a touchdown in the last drive. Last week against the Warriors of Worthington Christian, they had 3 interceptions. They hurried the quarterback 14 times and got a sack as well. So far, the run game for Utica has not had any problems, though. Here, first down, they get a solid gain.
Yeah, 85 just start sticking his nose in there to make the play, able to rip off the tackle there for Utica. Is able to keep him just a 4-yard gain here.
So it'll be 2nd down and 6. Redskins this year, or I should say last year, went 4-7. They had pretty much the exact same non-conference schedule as this year as they did last year. They lost to Centerburg and then they lost to Danville, looking to avenge themselves here and see some slight improvement as they get a first down in the air.
Good play there. Just a quick pass, just inside the sticks, and looks like they were just able to convert. Number 6, Braxton Fisher, able to haul in that pass with 2 Danville defenders there, able to swallow him up quickly.
1st and 10, ball on the 42 of Utica. 3 receivers bunched up near side. Hayes is looking for another jailbreak screen. This will be completed to McKinney. He'll switch field. He's got plenty of space. And he wiggles around. He's going to have a chance to score to the 10, to the 5. He gets shoved into the end zone, and he's in for the touchdown.
Another big jailbreak play. Utica's going to be looking to go to that all night. So far, 2 big jailbreak screens to McKinney, and he's able to make some amazing yards on these plays and able to get it in the end zone. Coach Bloom and Coach Duncan is going to have to talk about this here at halftime and figure out what they're going to do to help stop this this jailbreak screen that Utica's got going on.
It just seems like the east to west movement has been a bit of a struggle for Danville to pick up on.
And that's all just angles that the defense is taking. They're going to have to work on that a lot.
Utica right through the uprights, much better than the last attempts. And that'll make it 13-8.
So far, a good game here in Danville tonight.
Utica 13.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
Well, the Utica Redskins trying to play spoilers here as the sun sets on Tough Street Stadium. They lead 13-8 with 4:45 to go in the half. Thanks for joining us live and free on the OH Report. I'm Jonathon Langdon. Payton Colopy, your color commentator today, as we see another kick by Daniel Barrow. This one shorts, and it looks like a flag thrown on the catch.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this flag here is for. Looks like they're saying Aiden Mickley called fair catch and somebody else caught the ball.
That is a flag. Yeah, that's not allowed. So Danville, after giving up the long touchdown to McKinney, they get pushed back before they even start their offensive drive.
Definitely don't think that was intentional there by Aiden, but he's got to watch getting those hands up if he's not going to make a play on the ball. He's got to keep those hands down and be looking for Utica coming downfield so he can make a block.
Empty set to start things off for Danville. Ridgway will take the snap, looking to his right. Everyone's covered pretty well. He has to escape near the end zone, throws one away. There is a flag, and it looks like two were thrown.
Another holding call on Danville's offensive line. They just got beat on that play. Hawley there right up the middle, able to squeak through that line pretty quickly. And looks like this Danville offensive line, I don't know if they're playing tired, they're playing flat, what it is, but they got to get whatever's going on figured out.
Well, we didn't get the secondary for Utica in that replay too much, but that's just a sample of winning at all three levels on a play, because the secondary did not leave anybody open for Danville. The offensive line was beaten by that three-man front for Utica, and because of that, we're going to see the Blue Devils kind of set up shop right at the 7-yard line, or now they move it to the 8. And this is going to be second down, or first down and 20.
Yeah, this is definitely not what you want to see for Danville. A first and 20. We got a stoppage of play here by the head referee.
Yeah, just a slight move, I guess. Now it's going to be at the 9. So we've gone from the 7 to the 8 to the 9, and now we're ready to go. 4.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Ridgway, he's going to give it to Cy, and Siren zooms past the 15-yard line. Get some solid yardage.
Yeah, Cy trying to follow his lead blocker there, Landon King. Kind of got held up a little bit. Landon looks like he's trying to break down to make a good block on number 12 there. He's got to keep moving upfield so he can allow Cy to really make a play on that. Let him use his athletic ability and be able to maybe juke somebody out, run somebody over he has to get some more yards.
Big line here from the Blue Devils on second down and 11. Briggs-Wallace in motion. The snap is fumbled, just a little bit off for Ridgway to make a play, and he's already back down to the 5.
Yeah, it looks like they moved some people around on the offensive line there. They had Owen Gromberg at the left guard spot, and looks like they put maybe Carter Whittle in there, the sophomore, to make the snap on that play. It looks like it was just bobbled. Not sure if it was a bad snap getting back to him. He couldn't get his hands on it, what it was, but Danville really struggling on this drive.
The nerves of a sold-out crowd here from Danville maybe getting to the Blue Devils tonight as they trail by 5 points. Wallace on a long third down is not going to get much. And the line to gain was a 27. Well, they're going to end up pretty much right at the 7, and it's going to be fourth down and very long.
Yeah, that just wasn't a very good drive overall for Danville. Hopefully they'll be able to reset after this punt here, get a big defensive stop, get their offense back out on the field to try to get some more points on the board. Down 13-8 right now with 3 minutes left in the first half. Coach Bloom's going to try to get something drawn up. Hopefully his offense can get back out on there and try to get some more points out there.
Yeah, timeout was actually called by Utica, so that's their second. And with 3:05 left, they have a potential chance to go up 2 scores if they can get solid field position and then just simply keep doing what they're doing, Peyton. It just feels like right now Danville's secondary is having a couple of lapses here and there, especially figuring out the jailbreak screen that Utica's used twice now that has been efficient both times.
Yeah, I agree. They're going to look at that on at the halftime break in the locker room to make their adjustments. They're going to try to figure something out to be able to stop that. Kind of one of those plays where you don't see too often, but when you do see it, it really works because teams just don't really expect it. Going to be deep in his own end zone here. Nolan looks about 5 yards into his own end zone. Going to try to get this punt off quick.
And that he does with a solid punt right around midfield. Hayes is going to try to take it. Jukes to his left. He's already got a good return. Tharp can't make the angle. Hayes shoves off one and gets all the way to the 25-yard line in Utica's hype.
Yeah, the Danville sidelines were looking for a potential block in the back here right on number, looks like 56, was possibly hitting the back, but the refs didn't see what the Danville sidelines saw. So no flag was pulled. We got a first down for Utica. Looks like at the Danville 25-yard line. Another timeout here taken by Danville.
Well, what a start to the night for the Utica Redskins. They get shut out by Centerburg in week 1, and here they are against another powerful opponent from the KMAC in Danville. And the Redskins threatening to go up 2 scores into the locker room. Pretty much 2:50 to go. They could definitely take their time here, sitting at the 30. That appears to be where Hayes stepped out on that big return.
Yeah, they're going to hopefully close this out here, make a stop on defense. Like I said, try to get the offense back out on the field to try to get some more points on the board. Because you never want to go into the locker room down at the half. But Utica really showing what they're made of tonight. Kind of shows that last week's game against Centerburg, not being able to put up any points on the board might have been a little bit of a fluke. They might be a little stronger than what people were thinking they are.
Well, it also helps when Hayes, you saw it on our player spotlight if you're with us for the pregame show, he threw and ran combined for nearly 200 yards. So the production was there. It's just points weren't getting up on the board. First down and 10. Hayes rolls out to his right, throwing towards the end zone. Back to McKinney. Nearly makes a big catch. But Mickley, the good defensive stand.
Big play there by Mickley. Able to stick with the receiver there with McKinney, the one who had those 2 big plays and that last touchdown for Utica. Mickley able to get in there, break up that pass, and set up a 2nd and 10 here for Utica.
So reset the play here, 2nd down and 10. Trips to the near side. Danville, a couple of those corners pressing up here on this play. Hayes steps up in the pocket. He might have been past the line of scrimmage, but he finds McKinney in the end zone. And they continue to link up at a dangerous rate. It's a touchdown again for the Redskins.
Yeah, that was just a beautiful pass there by Hayes, able to get the ball up to McKinney. Just a 6'1" receiver, so he's not super tall, but able to get that ball where only McKinney was able to make a play on it, and he was able to haul it in and get 6 more points on the board for the Redskins.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was awfully close to an illegal forward pass, but those 2 feet just stayed behind the line from McKinney, or pardon me, from Hayes. The catch by McKinney is 2nd touchdown of the game, and the extra point is up and through. It is 20-8. Utica 20 unanswered as we take another break here from Tough Street Stadium on the OH Report.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
And welcome back to Danville High School. Jonathon Langdon, Payton Colopy. Your camera guy is Sean Williamson today. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. Utica has come into town, and they've been all business up to this point, 20-8. I believe that was just a 30-second drive we just saw from the Redskins to score a touchdown, and we'll see Briggs Wallace return up to the 30-yard line.
Briggs Wallace getting a decent return. Looks like he caught the kick right around his own 7-yard line, is able to bring it back out to the 29, give Danville not the greatest field position, but it's about average for tonight. Hopefully they're able to get some plays strung together here before the end of the half. 2.5 minutes left, down 20-8. They're going to be looking to put some points on the board, try to shift the momentum a little back into their favor, which is all with Utica right now.
Last drive, they were hit with flag, fumble, flag. And we got a timeout here by Utica. But it just felt like nothing could go right on that last drive for Danville. It forced them all the way back basically to the point where Ridgway was punting 5 yards into his own end zone. And Hayes had a solid return on that punt. And it just made it way too easy for Utica to score to make it a 2-possession game.
It was just some simple mistakes there made by Danville, especially the offensive line there with, I believe it was 2 holding calls, those 2 flags that they had. These guys, they got to learn to keep their hands inside. You mentioned 3 seniors on the offensive line here for Danville. These guys are all old enough. They know better. They know to keep their hands inside. Coach Duncan is definitely not very happy about that, being one of the offensive line coaches here for Danville.
So Danville, 438 total yards of offense last week. They had 10 different ball carriers. It's been a different story today. It's mostly been Siren and Briggs. They have not really tried anybody else in the running game outside of maybe a couple of rushes from Ridgway as he's in an empty backfield. Quick throw looking for the senior, Wes Payne. He'll run and get out of bounds. Gets about 6 on the gain.
Just a quick little pass. It's good on Payne looking for that sideline. As soon as he caught the ball, got the yardage that they wanted. 7-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 3 for Danville. Getting out of bounds, stops the clock, gives their offense some more time running this 2-minute drill here. They're going to be doing a lot of sideline work here to try to keep this this clock from hitting 0 before halftime.
Wallace to the right of Ridgway. He'll break out and take a catch. Still behind the line, just nothing doing for him. That's a loss of 2.
Looks like he might have slipped up there whenever he was trying to make his juke here. Maybe his cleat came out from under him just a little bit. It was swallowed up there by number 17, Camden Hall, making the initial contact there on Wallace. Took him back 2 yards. Going to be 3rd and 5 now.
Yeah, so 3rd and medium. Better than they had on the last drive, but still, it's going to be a tough act to get a first down on I formation, 2 receivers. A lot of bodies in the box for Utica. The play action rolling out to his left. Ridgway has plenty of time, wants to find somebody. He's got a shot down the field. Aiden Mickley bobbles it, nearly picked as well on the deflection.
Number 26, Kyler Ziski, the senior DB here, able to get in there, and make the play. Looked like Ridgeway just didn't get a good release on it. Kind of a duck pass all the way into Mickley's hands. And again, number 26, Kyler, able to get in there, get his helmet in there to break up that pass.
He was fading to his left as he went cross body. And basically Mickley had to stand there for a good second or two just to wait for the ball to come to him.
Yeah, and that's something that Nolan's going to work on here. He's trying to get the ball out a little sooner. He had Aiden open 2 or 3 seconds prior to when he actually threw the ball, and just held on to it a little too long. Looks like we got some more flags down on the field.
Yeah, a couple of them. Hayes has a solid return, but this is likely going to come back. We'll check in on those flags here momentarily.
Looks like the Danville sideline is going to be looking for a block in the back here, which will push Utica back just a little bit, but they're going to try to run out this clock to go into halftime, still up 20-8.
Yeah, so
looks like a block in the back and a possible sideline warning on Utica as well.
Yeah, so if the flag wasn't on them, likely they could have potentially gone and potentially done a 2-minute drill, tried to drive down the field, but pretty much now when they're getting placed inside the 20, right at the 15, it looks like they're probably just going to take this to the half.
Yeah, they're just going to hand the ball off a couple times, try to get maybe 5 to 10 yards just downfield, just enough to eat up the rest of the clock, and probably knee it out if they have to.
Danville's got 2 timeouts. We'll see if Danville likes to make things interesting on Utica. First handoff, eaten up immediately on the carry by Bowen.
Good play there by Owen Gronberg, again coming off that right side of the line, reading the play immediately, shooting flat down the line like he's taught to in practice, and able to make the play for just a 2-yard gain there.
The clock continues to roll down. It's 21 on the play clock. 30 seconds separate the game clock and the play clock.
Hayes going to come out in that shotgun formation again with Camden Hall there to the right sidecar. Looks like they're going to flip. He's going to go to the left side. Takes the snap.
They'll still give it to him. Jukes out one. We got a flag in the backfield. That'll stop the clock.
Looks like a holding call on that offensive line again.
Looks like there's also a player down for Utica.
Yeah, I saw that there at the end of the play. Looks like the Utica player, I can't tell who it is, kind of pushing Landon King back a little too aggressively. King didn't like it and kind of threw him down to the ground. I don't know if he landed weird on his shoulder or what's going on.
But he's going to walk out on his own power.
That's number 57, Landon Smith, the sophomore, for Utica.
I saw a wave from the officials, so I believe this penalty was declined. Or they're still talking about it, though, with Coach Bloom. And he's very animated about something.
Let's see what the call here is by the head referee. Landon Smith seemed to be just fine going off to the sidelines. He'll take a play off and come back in.
So it is going to be a hold, and they're going to redo second down.
Going to drive him back another 5 yards.
And Danville's got 2 timeouts. They could use him here. 24 seconds left, though. What can you really do?
Best bet for Coach Bloom, I can see him doing here. He's going to wait until the last second. He's going to wait for Utica to line up, see what they're going to try to look for. Maybe call the timeout right before the play starts and readjust his defense to what he's seeing on the field. See what Danville does here. Hayes in the shotgun, 2 receivers on either side of him. 2
Hayes will
running
go
backs.
right up the middle. Floodgates open for him. He'll get to the 25. And he's about 4 yards short. Or excuse me, that was right around the 15.
Looks like Danville's taking one of their timeouts here. Gonna take a look at that last offensive play and readjust the defensive play scheme here. See if they can't make a stop with just enough time to get the ball back.
So the Blue Devils potentially could still have something left here in the second quarter, because this third down play will prove crucial, especially if they can draw them back a bit behind the line of scrimmage. And then a potential punt return could be in the cards. Wes Payne would be the returner. Danville did not have a single special teams touchdown last year.
Danville special teams was never really one of the big aspects to Danville's game plan. We never expected a lot of scores out of the special teams. Obviously, you look for a lot of big stops on the punt return team and the kick return, looking to make some plays, but Coach Bloom is hopefully going to keep them here for fourth down, force them to punt, and see what Cy and Briggs can do with a potential punt return.
21 seconds to go. Here's third down and 9. Hayes will truck up the middle. He'll follow his blockers to about the 19-yard line, and that final timeout will be taken by Coach Bloom with 18 to go here in the half.
Yeah, Coach Bloom just trying to give his offense some more time. They were able to make the stop. Looks like a 4th and 5. They're going to send probably Cy and Briggs back deep to make the reception. Hopefully they're able to make a score if they can. If not, get out of bounds as quick as they can. Get the ball back into Nolan Ridgway's hands. Hopefully make a deep pass downfield to get some more points on the board for halftime.
20-8 sits the score. 18 seconds to go here in the second. Utica with a surprising lead to many here at Tough Street Stadium. A sold-out crowd in front of us. Everybody wanted to see the brand-new turf field tonight. Well, they have. Sadly, though, here in this first half, they also will not see their team take a lead into the locker rooms.
Yeah, it's definitely not what you want to see with the opening game here on this brand new turf here. But Utica putting on a strong showing here this first half.
Payne and Wallace will both be back to return. McKinney, the punt, angling it out of bounds. And that will go out of bounds just over midfield. It'll stay on Danville's side with 12 seconds to go.
Yeah, good decision there by McKinney. Kick it out of bounds. Don't give Cy any type of chance to make a return, because they obviously have game planned for Cy specifically, because they know how dangerous he is when he has the ball in his hands. So that was definitely a designed kick to go out of bounds there to avoid him being able to make a play on it.
Well, there's no 12-point play for Danville here, but they could get a little bit closer.
12 seconds left here in this first half. You got Ridgway and the shotgun side to the sidecar to the right.
4 receivers here as Aiden Mickley will head in motion. Trips far side now. Ridgway takes the snap. He'll roll out. 10 seconds to go and counting. Throws towards the sideline, and Tharp makes the catch. I think they'll have him shy the first down marker, but it doesn't matter. 7 seconds on the clock, as we'll likely see one final heave to the end zone here.
That was a good play there by Tharp, making the catch and getting out of bounds. He made the catch beyond the sticks, giving them the first down, but it looks like his momentum kind of carried him back within just 1 yard shy of the first down marker. Still able to get out of bounds, just 7 seconds left on the clock. Give their offense one more opportunity to get another score here before half.
Looking for some fireworks here to end the first half. Ridgway Drops back to pass, needs some time, throws, looks for Aiden Mickley. He's got a catch up the middle, first down. Clock will stop. It'll be a no huddle for Danville here as they try to get back to the line.
They're going to get on the line. They're just going to try to spike the ball here.
And they get it down, and Utica had somebody late to the party.
Yeah, it looks like offsides on Utica. They were late getting back to position. That's definitely not what you want to see there.
That's going to be offsides, or at least it should be.
Looks like number 65, A.J. Buckenberger there, not able to get back in time.
Good heads-up play by the entire Danville offense to run back, get set, and beat Utica back to the line to spike it down and potentially get an offside call. No, it's going to be a delay of game on Danville because they snapped it too early.
Penalty is against the Blue Devils.
And not sure what the penalty here is.
Anyway, they got to hurry up. Clock's going to start on the official's whistle. And here it goes. 1 second left. They spike it. And the clock says 0, but Danville is going to fight to see that there should be a second left.
Looks like the head referee's calling for 1 second to be put back on the board. Try to get the scoreboard readjusted here. Now it shows 1 second. Try to give their offense a little more time, make one last play on the ball here. Utica is going to drop everybody back. It's going to be an obvious pass here into the end zone. They're going to be looking probably to just rush 3 or 4 defenders. Everybody else is going to drop back to try to cover the deep pass downfield.
Receivers are Tharp, Payne, Mosier, Mickley. Mickley all alone on the far side.
Looks like you got Cy Wallace in the sidecar back here with Ridgway in the shotgun as he takes the snap and drops back for the pass.
Snap a little bit to the right, Ridgway to the end zone. This one batted down. And that will drop right at the goal line. And that will take us to the half where the Utica Redskins come into town and put on quite the show here from Tough Street Stadium. 20-8, they lead against the home side Danville Blue Devils. We'll take a break, come back with the halftime show with the bands coming up live and free on the OH Report.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
Closing reminder, don't feed the plants. This is one halftime show you won't want to miss. Watch out, something's growing on the field, and it's not quite the appetite. The band is under the direction of band director Kirsten Watts, percussion instructor Mike Twyman, and color guard instructor Maggie McCullough. Led onto the field by field commander Katie Reed, and featuring soloists Colton Harriman and Braden Richter, please welcome the Utica High School Marching Band.
Let's have another round of applause for the Utica Marching Band. Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Mr. Andrew Guzio, we're proud to present the Danville High School Blue Devil Band! Folks, get ready to groove. The Blue Devil Band wants you to get on your feet as they bring the funk, the soul, and the unforgettable energy of a timeless classic. Here is September by Earth, Wind, and Fire. The Blue Devil Band is turning up the energy with the classic that'll have you moving in your seat. Let's hear it for the band and the twirlers as they bring the groove to the field. Here is Dance to the Music by Sly and the Family Stone. Get ready to spell it out. The Blue Devil Band is bringing the party to the field with a crowd favorite you know and love. We're dancing and grooving. Put your hands in the air and join us as they perform YMCA. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together one more time for your Danville Blue Devil Band!
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
8-6 the score here at the half as Jonathon Langdon here alongside Payton Colopy. Go ahead and go through these halftime numbers. Payton, I think the biggest story today is how Utica has really honed in on Danville's star as of late, Cy Wallace, with 15 rushing yards here at the half.
Definitely keyed in on Cy throughout this week of practice, and it's paying off here tonight. Danville had over 300 yards rushing last week, and getting held to just 15 in the first half is very uncharacteristic of Danville. It is credit to the Utica coaching staff and the defense here tonight. They've really stepped up, got something figured out against Cy, and it's definitely working for them.
So you look at the numbers everywhere else, pretty even passing. Both teams right up around 150. It's just, honestly, that first drive was such a killer for Danville. Not able to score. They were all the way down at the 1, threatening to open things up with a touchdown, and then they're stuffed at 4th down and goal. Drawn back to the 3, and it just all went downhill from there.
That definitely got Utica excited. It definitely got those boys really revved up for the rest of the half, and it showed coming out scoring 20 unanswered points to go up 20 to 8. That's how the scoreboard showed going into halftime, and they're going to be looking to ride that momentum throughout the second half of this weekend.
We'll take it back out to the field here. Live and free on the OH Report, heading to the third quarter. Danville will kick off to Utica as Blue Devils started with the football, and that drive we talked about, 7 minutes long, and they came up empty-handed. And they'll have a big task ahead of them to keep Utica off the board to extend this lead to 3 scores on any potential touchdown. Decent return here from Utica past the 30-yard line. So Braxton Fisher gets him off to a solid start here. We'll have a Killbuck Savings Bank first down.
Another decent kick by Nolan, really taking over that Mr. Everything role here for Danville. Kickers received down there, I believe it was at the 16-yard line, able to bring it back out to their own 32, so 16-yard return on that as Utica takes over on offense to start this second half.
Aaron Hayes, solid game so far, leading the offense out the field. And the shotgun here got it back to the sidecar. He's going to hand it off to said back, the senior, Mason Bowen. Stopped pretty much just at a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, number 52, Silas Miser, and 54, Owen Gromberg, both really holding down the defensive line so far tonight. Both were in on that tackle. Silas able to rip off the block early to kind of catch number 34, Mason Bowen, right at the line of scrimmage, able to hold him to a 1-yard gain.
That defensive line, the front 3, all juniors, Gromberg, Miser, and Tharp on this play. They're going to go right back to the back, and not much there for Bowen.
Again, it looks like Miser holding up that the interior of that line of scrimmage there. So far, stepping up this early in the second half, just 2 plays into it already, and 2 tackles there by Silas Miser.
Danville, last game against Worthington Christian, held the Warriors just to 50 yards rushing, 40 yards rushing on 17 attempts. Has not been the same here, but starting to see that aggressiveness here in the second half. 3rd down and long. Hayes rolls out to his left, has him in. It's Fisher, but he's going to be kept short. Good tackle in space by Carson Proper, the first-teamer.
Yeah, Proper coming up, making a big play right there. Jacob Byers, a sophomore, coming in to help clean up everything. Looks like Wes Payne was there to kind of help out if he squeaked away. But big stop there by Proper, bringing up the 4th down, forcing a 3-and-out and a Utica punt. So hopefully this Danville offense can get things rolling.
So McKinney already 2 touchdowns on the receiving end of things. Looks like he's going to come in to punt. 10 seconds to go on the play clock. It looks like the Redskins finally know what they're doing, as both Cy Wallace and Wes Payne are back to return. This one will go towards West, the senior. scoops it just inside the 15-yard line, puts a couple of zigzags on to the 26, where Danville will start their first drive of the half.
Yeah, situations like that, they had 2 defenders right there in their face. Cy picked somebody to block. West made a move, was able to get, looked like maybe just 5 or 6 yards on the return, maybe a little longer than that, but they're going to be looking to start their drive at the 25-yard line and hopefully eat up some more of that clock like they did in that first drive of the game.
And again, if you missed the halftime show, Danville just 15 yards rushing. That certainly will be the number one thing they address here in this second half. Here's the give to Wallace. Gets past the first level to the 30 he goes. So it's a start, but able to get away from that big tackle that has been a pest, especially all in the first half. Donovan Hawley was blocked pretty well there.
Yeah, really big hole opened up there for Cy Wallace, but number 53, Traden Oliver, a senior this year, was able to rip off the Danville right guard and was able to make the play on that.
Back under center goes Ridgeway. Motion again. This time it'll be a toss. Trying to get him out with some momentum. Looks like just going to be a 1-yard gain.
Looks like we got a Danville player down on the ground here.
There's Mickley on the carry, and I think it's Mickley down as well. So take us to third down, but they're going to check on him. Danville just can't afford to really lose anybody else. It's been, injury bug is starting to creep up on the Blue Devils early on in the year. Last week they lost Bryson Burke. Now in a sling.
Yeah, hopefully Aiden's okay here. Looks like he's getting up, going over to the sidelines under his own power. Doesn't seem to be too badly injured. Hopefully the athletic trainer here in Danville is able to get him fixed up, figure out what's going on, and hopefully get him back in the game, because he is a definite threat that Danville really can't afford to lose.
Play resumes 3rd and 4, Danville from the 31-yard line.
3rd down and 4 after the injury timeout. 8.5 and rolling left in the third. Blue Devils down 2 scores. Motion from Briggs Wallace scored the only touchdown of the game for the Blue Devils. Ridgeway needs a block, gets it from Wallace, throws on the run. There's another tiptoe catch
able to
from
haul
Ashton
it in.
Spalding, and that is going to be a first down.
Able to haul that pass in by Ashton there, the senior. Another one of those guys that really didn't have much of an impact last season at the start of the year, but as the season progressed, really improved and became a threat for the Danville offense. And so far, he's kind of proven it tonight. Referees here huddled up.
I think they're deciding whether it was a catch or not, and they finally decide that it is. So Spalding uses his tiptoes for the second time today.
And that's one thing I know coaches always work on, those sideline tiptoe passes, over the shoulders, trying to haul those in. And it's definitely paying off for him tonight. Able to bring in 2 of those tiptoe passes to move the sticks, I believe, on both of those catches that he made.
In motion goes Spalding. Wallace breaks through. Past midfield. His speed gets past 2 defenders, and he's down at the 25 of Utica.
Finally brought down by Camden Hall, the senior, was able to catch up to him. Looks like number 12, Greer Dunn, was able to slow him up just enough for Hall to come in and clean everything up. But what a run by Cy, able to find a seam up the middle and get things moving. Now on the Utica 25-yard line. Really just flipped the field right there on that play.
Yeah, on that rush alone, they doubled their output today. Just 15 yards in that first half.
That's a big run there by Cy on the sidelines here, catching a quick breather.
Nearly tripled it.
Sure they're going to send him back out there here pretty soon. Ridgeway lined up in the shotgun. Mosier, sidecar to the right.
Here goes Ridgway looking to throw, and he finds his target, Parker Proper. Good job by him to run to the ball on the catch.
Yeah, Parker having to come back to that 6'2" sophomore, I believe. Correction, a freshman, 6'2" freshman coming back to make that play. Just a 3, maybe 4-yard catch, but it's definitely keeping the offense rolling.
Just the second catch of his career.
Really a smart play there by Parker coming back to it to make the play. He was covered very tightly.
Not a play you typically see out of a freshman, as we see another formation here, 2nd down and 7. Motion, Payne with the handoff. He's got some blockers, but gets stuck behind Mosier, and he'll go down pretty much right at the 21 for 3rd down and medium.
Yeah, Mosier really sticking on the block there, but number 17, Camden Hall, able to hold everything up, letting his teammates coming in from the backside to clean up that play.
I think Payne was just indecisive on which way to go off of that block from Chris. And because of that indecisiveness, it's 3rd down and medium, 3rd and 6 with 6:21 to go and counting. Ridgway breaks the huddle. Spalding and Parker Proper on the far side. Briggs Wallace all alone, near side, defended by Kyler Ziske. Now a motion from Spalding to join Briggs. Pressure nearly gets to Danville, and it does. There he is again, Camden Hall makes the play.
Another big play there for the Utica defense, able to reel in Ridgway there for the, looks like a 6 or 7 yard sack there. Definitely a drive killer there. Hopefully Ridgway's able to get something moving with this play. They're going to have to continue this drive.
One of the best drives I've seen from an individual defensively, despite Danville continuing to move across the field. 4th down and long. It's 4th and 12 officially with 5:23 and counting. Snap. Ridgway dropping back. He's got time to throw. He goes towards the end zone. Parker Proper can't make the catch.
Number 26, Kyler Ziske getting his hands in there, able to break up that pass. Would have been a big play for Danville to get more points on the board, but again, Ziske coming in at the last second, getting his hands in there to break it up.
Inside the hashes in the end zone, Ziske gets it done. The freshman would have had his first career touchdown catch, but he'll have to wait. Utica makes the stand, and it's 1st down and 10 for the Redskins.
1st and 10 Utica from the 26-yard line.
Redskins with 51 yards rushing in the first half. Again, not very much, but it was enough to keep everything moving. And
Hayes is going to break through. He's got a 1st down and more past the 45 of Utica.
Big run there by Hayes. He's really stepped up tonight, really taking over this game and kind of putting everybody on his back and carrying him through.
The junior listed 6 foot, 200 pounds, a brute force against this Danville team that lost a lot of size last year, or from the team they had last year. They're still looking to patch some holes coming into week 2, and it's just been a struggle defensively to hold this physical and much bigger side for Utica. Hayes goes up ahead for looks like a gain of 3 on 1st down and 10.
It was a quarterback run from the get-go. It was designed to go to him, following his running back through the hole, and someone was able to come in from the backside, able to sweep everything up, keep him just a 2-yard gain. We got Utica coming back to the line. Hayes back in the shotgun with a sidecar to his right. That's Mason Bowen. Correction, to the left.
2nd down and 8. Hayes bullet pass right to the 1st down marker.
See where the refs spot this, see if they give him the 1st down.
Fisher's been busy today. He makes yet another catch.
Looks like they got him down 1 yard short. Going to be 3rd and 1 here.
Yeah, not the most generous spot, but it still gives some life to Danville to potentially make a short stop.
Going to be looking for Utica probably to go back to Hayes again. Like I said, just kind of putting this game on his back and carrying everybody with him.
Hayes has some friends in the shotgun. He's going to go bowling forward, and he's going to get that first down and plenty of room, even a yard over the first down marker. But it seems like every time you see that formation with two backs to the side of Hayes, he's just going to kind of push his way forward, and just the size that he has, there's not much Danville can do.
Yeah, he's just a brute force in the backfield. Him and Mason Bowen both just towering, seems like, over everybody out there. Both are they're big backs. Both are very strong, and Danville just hasn't found an answer for those problems yet.
Fake handoff. Hayes keeps, and Danville's all over him. Looks like it was a combination of Miser, Landon King, Justice Tharp. All of them were there to make it second down and long.
Looks like a bit of a bobbled handoff there. Looks like he wanted to give it to Bowen there. And I don't know if it was miscommunication or maybe he mishandled the snap, but able to hold on to it to avoid a turnover, and actually lost a couple yards on the play because of it.
Nearing the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter, this frame has flew by. Hayes looking for that jailbreak screen again. Is it going to work? Not to the first down marker, but still get some solid yardage.
Landon King was able to sit back on that. He kind of came up the field just a little bit, but was able to recover and make the play there on McKinney to avoid another big jailbreak pass by him.
Would have been the third one that got first down yardage. So third down and 5, ball in the Danville 38. Utica continuing to surge. Already up 2 scores. This was the halftime score. Nothing much doing here in the third. Hayes, option play. He's going to keep it himself. He's hit short right at the 35, but definitely go for it range for the Redskins.
Some more pressure there by 52 Silas Miser, trying to track him down in the backfield there. Wasn't able to make the play, but his friends there in the defensive backfield able to step up, make the tackle, hold him to looks like 4th and 2 Utica has coming up here.
Likely just going to see a bunch of bodies in the trenches here for 4th down and 2. 40 seconds to go.
Yeah, Utica's going to try to power through again here. Almost getting Danville to jump, but they're able to hold. Looks like they might be running down the clock as far as they can before.
And it looks like they got a timeout off first. No, they did get the delay of game call, so they did not call a timeout. It'll be a 5-yard penalty, and we'll likely see a punt here from Utica.
Yeah, that was definitely an intentional delay game. Kind of give their punter a little more room so he doesn't kick it into the end zone, try to pin him down as deep as he can.
We say it was go for it range, but just the way that Danville has struggled when they've been pinned as far as they have in this game, might as well try to keep on going for that attempt to bring them within the 10 on the start of this drive. A low punt will be a dribbler that does just that. Nicely done from Utica. It'll be down at the 7.
Didn't look initially like a very good punt, but he was able to get it to roll back away from the sidelines, and they downed it, looks like at the Danville 6 or 7 yard line. Definitely worked out a lot better than it started to.
And believe it or not, Peyton, there's just 2 seconds left here in the third quarter. It has been run, run, run. And that was our key to victory for Danville to win this game, but here they are in a 20-8 contest.
Yeah, this third quarter's gone by very fast. Danville's going to try to just get some positive yardage, get out of their own end zone, really, to start this fourth quarter.
Wes Payne in the motion. They'll give to Cy Wallace. He'll break to the outside, get some yards, and with zeros on the clock, he'll just run out of bounds with a decent gain. And that will do it for this third quarter. Utica 20, Danville 8, no score in that frame. We're headed to money time when we come up next, live and free on the OH Report.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
OH.REPORT football, live and free from Tough Street Stadium. We are already in the fourth quarter here tonight as Utica leads 20-8. Danville, they've got a long drive ahead of them. Second down and 6 ball on the 11. It would be a 93-yard drive if they can cash in and score to try and come back, bring it within a possession. Shotgun snap, fake throw over to Wes Payne, who was open, but they do go with the handoff to Cy Wallace.
Yeah, again, Cy was just swallowed up by Donovan Hawley. That big nose tackle that Utica has really been a force to be reckoned with tonight. Looks like the offensive line has kind of got something going against him this second half, but that play he was able to get ripped off the block and make the play here.
So 3rd down and 3. Biggest play of the game right here. Danville needs to keep this drive alive. They need points. Play action. Ridgway's got to get away from a rusher. He's hit hard as he throws, and it's incomplete. It just feels like Utica today doing a great job in contain, not just from Wallace, but also from the rolling Nolan Ridgway, both sides. He's been contained well.
Yeah, that right there looks like they were just trying to draw the defense off to the back side there by Cy Wallace. Even got us up here in the booth looking at Cy coming to the near sidelines, but Utica defense sniffing out the fake handoff and making the play there to bring up 4th down.
A truly shocking score as we near the end of this one. Hayes bobbles the punt, able to pick it up and break a couple tackles. Tries to stiff arm Tharp, but he's able to get back on the tackle. But an even better return and a flag late here in the play. Ball's down to the 31 of Danville. We'll see what the flag does.
Here's
the tail end of the play.
Good return there for Hayes after bobbling the reception. Looks like a sideline warning on Danville. It's going to be their first warning of the game. It's going to bring up 1st down for Utica on the Danville 31-yard line.
Utica's had great field position pretty much all game long. Doesn't change here in the 4th, with a chance to really put this away for good if they can score. Especially with just how time has flown by here in this contest. Hayes in the shotgun will give off to his running back, who is hit immediately by Silas Miser.
Another big play there by 52 Miser. Really just coming in untouched, following the pulling guard there. Sniffed out the play and was able to make a big tackle there in the backfield as he comes off to the sidelines here to take a play off.
So Mason Bowen, nothing doing. Loses 2 on the play. He'll stay in the backfield, though, along with Hayes yet again in the shotgun. He'll roll to his left immediately. Nice block from Bowen. Gives some time, but a nice deflection.
Good play there by Aiden Mickley getting his hand in there, but the ref saw a little too much contact there between him and the receiver.
Here's the look again, brought to you by OhioHealth. You saw Mickley get the deflection with his left arm, but the question is what he did with the right. And they're going to call it pass interference.
Ref saw a little too much contact there, drew the flag, and it's going to give Utica a first down.
The Killbuck Savings Bank first down that could prove costly for Danville tonight. Yet again, the OhioHealth replay. Hayes, some pretty good time to throw. He was looking for Weston Simon, who was tugged at, and that penalty moves it to the 18.
Again, that was a good play there by Aiden Mickley, number 11. Ref just saw a little too much contact, drew the flag. Costly mistake there by the Danville defense.
The receivers two bunched on the far side. Hayes rolls to his left, looking for that target by the sideline. He'll decide to tuck it and run instead. Takes a big hit, tries to truck through Carson Proper, but he's taken down at the 15.
Yeah, Proper coming up, laying a nice hit on Hayes here, able to make the stop. Like you said, Hayes just tried running him over. He's a bigger back going against a smaller DB, trying to use his size to his advantage there, and Proper able to hold on and bring him down at the line of scrimmage, it looks like.
Yeah, that's 6 foot 200 going up against 6'1", 185, and the latter wins that time. Near side hash here for Utica as they reset. First down and 15 after a flag. And a holding call sends them back. 4 receivers. As Bowen's in the right sidecar. This will be a quarterback keeper.
Silas Miser in there again. This Danville defensive line playing with a lot more energy this half. Really being led by Silas Miser, number 52. Coming in, making another big stop. He's just a junior. So Coach Duncan's going to be really excited what he does the rest of this season going into next year, his senior year.
Clock continues to roll down, 9:14 and counting. Redskins with a second down and 14 on the gain of 1 from their quarterback.
Yeah, this has got to be go time for Danville. They have to get a big stop here, get the ball back in their offensive hands so they can start getting points on the board.
They've yet to force a Utica turnover. Throw the end zone, McKinney too high.
It was just overthrown there, trying to get the ball up there for McKinney so he can make a play. That athlete there on the near side of the field going down to the corner of the end zone. But looks like Hayes just hung it up there a little too far and out of the reach of McKinney. I want to take a second here tonight to give a shout out to all these Knox County schools this year, really stepping up with this Rivals for Riggle. Senior over there at East Knox was looking to be a 4-year starter there for the Bulldogs.
Third down nearly intercepted by Wallace. It fell to the turf, however, it will be 4th down and long.
Looks like there's another flag down on the field also.
Here's the whole play again. And it is going to be a hold, but I'm not sure. Maybe we'll see this get declined just with the situation.
And maybe force him into a 4th down situation here. And that's exactly what Coach Bloom's going to do. He's going to decline the flag, bringing up 4th down and 14 for Utica. Again, this rival for Riggles, Aiden Riggles, obviously getting a medical diagnosis last month. It's going to pull him out probably for this season. All these schools here in Knox County really stepping up to help him out. I just want to commend all these students at these schools really stepping up for somebody, even though it doesn't go to their school, they're looking out for him big time.
Shot to the end zone here in 4th down. Wallace with the solid defense, no flag.
Good play there by Wallace, able to keep the ball from being completed. Looked like it might have been a little overthrown, but Wallace right there to make the play if something were to happen.
So Danville will take over on downs. It's the first turnover for Utica today. And back to your point, rivals for Riggle. Student section to our left here at Tough Street, all wearing black. Of course, the team themselves wearing black. Donations were taken at the gates today, and it was a sold-out crowd, so you can imagine just the donations that are probably flowing in. We don't have an official number on that tonight, but very good support, even for a rival, for the senior from East Knox, Aiden Riggle, fighting through adenocarcinoma. Dropped pass here on first down as Spalding couldn't hang on.
Yeah, again, like you said, not an official number on how much has been raised here tonight. But Mount Vernon, I know for sure last week, raised over $3,000 for the Riggle family, and that's definitely going to help them out a lot. So, again, huge shout out to all these students, and all of this is put on by the students, so they're really stepping up, trying to help out a friend in need.
Coming up on second down and 10. Motion from Mickley. He'll go to the far side. Ridgway drops back to pass. He's got some time. Looking for Spalding. Didn't turn around.
It was a good pass decision there by Ridgway. It looks like Spalding just broke a little too late. Wasn't able to get turned around to bring the ball in.
Yeah, route took too much time to develop, and that's two straight targets to Spalding that do not work out. Blue Devils starting to look like they dug themselves too deep a hole to come back from.
Big 3rd and 10 here. Again, they're still only on their own 22-yard line. Trying to make something out of nothing here to get some more points on the board.
Proper the motion. Ridgway, some more time, looking for Payne. He's got him. Did he get the feed in? Yes, he did.
Another tiptoe catch for these Danville receivers. 2 by Ashton Spalding, and again, you see it right here for Wes Payne, able to get his feet down inbounds. Again, that's something that these receivers work on all the time in practice, is these tiptoe catches, and it's definitely shown. It looks like the Danville coaching staff has really emphasized these for these types of situations where they're down. They're trying to keep the clock as much as they can, and it's working for them tonight.
20-8, Utica on top. Danville trying to put together a drive to eat into that deficit with 8.5 to go in the fourth.
Wes Payne motioning out to the right, going to be tripped right with sidecar to Ridgway's left.
Quick throw, looking for Spalding again, off target.
And Spalding right there. It looks like the throw is just a little off target, but Spalding's got to make that adjustment, come back to the ball to get the reception, at least get a couple-yard gain out of that.
So back to the drawing board here for the Danville offense. Ridgway gets the call. Spalding will take a break, as does Payne. They'll both be out for the second down play.
Danville coming up to the line after breaking the huddle. Got 2 receivers to the near sideline. Briggs Wallace on the far sideline, far hash by himself.
Mosier in motion.
Ridgway taking the snap, dropping back for the pass.
Looking on a comeback route to Aiden Mickley. There's another first down, breaks the first tackle, pushes forward into Utica territory.
Good hard couple yards there for Aiden Mickley, able to haul in the pass, able to break that first tackle, keep himself in bounds, dive forward for looks like another 4 yards after the catch. They're going to need more of that tonight with just 8 minutes left in this game, still down 20-8.
Could be a big momentum shifter there on that play for the first down opportunity. Ridgway decides to hold on to it and take the sack.
Big sack there by number 65, A.J. Buckenberger coming in, making the play. Then 76, Bryson Macy coming in to help clean everything up. Looks like a 6-yard loss on the play.
That definitely hurts because you're headed back into your own territory at that 47.
Yeah, Danville just getting a little bit of that momentum shift back into their favor. And then the Utica defense coming up with a big sack there.
Ridgway drops back to pass yet again, looking down the field for Mickley. Tough play. Did he make the catch? No. He had it in his hands, and then the contact on probably the shove towards the end is ultimately what pried that ball loose. Yeah, good last-minute stop there from Hayes, the quarterback, getting to the receiver, turning safety there and making a big play to make it now 3rd down and long.
Yeah, Mickley made a great reach for the ball, just wasn't able to haul it in all the way through the catch, and bringing up a big 3rd down play again here for this Danville offense.
Ridgway will try again with his arm. This time towards the middle of the field. Big hit, and we will see a flag. Danville will cheer for that, but Proper, crackback. That did not look good.
Yeah, he's coming off the sidelines after that hit. That definitely hurt a little bit. Big shot in the back there. Looks like he's going to be okay, but he's going to need a play or two to kind of regroup himself to come back in.
And that's a big play, too, considering that's a personal foul, and it'll be an automatic 1st down.
Yeah, the Utica defense kind of helping out the Danville offense here on that play. 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down after a 3rd and I believe it was 16 play.
But you can't knock Utica. Just simply trying to make a play just didn't end up being too pretty. Proper took a big hit, and whenever it kind of looks like that, you're always prone to get a flag thrown on you there.
Looks like it's still 3rd down here. Maybe it wasn't an automatic 1st down like we thought. Bringing up 3rd and 1 here with Ridgway back in the shotgun side to his left.
And he's still going to throw on 3rd down and 1. He's going to take a shot down the field, and Mickley was not on the same page.
Looks like that was just a miscommunication between Ridgway and Mickley. Maybe Mickley had in his mind he was running a certain route, and Ridgway thought he was running another.
And on 3rd down and 1, they decide to throw, and now the options are a little limited on 4th down and 1.
Yeah, you got to wonder, are they going to try to take another quick shot downfield? They're going to try to give it back to Cy Wallace to get a hard run out of him for 1 yard that really hasn't worked much tonight other than that one big run right up the seam that Cy had.
High formation for the first time. To be a fullback give. It's going to be awfully close. Did he get there?
Doesn't look like they're giving him the spot.
Utica makes another stand on 4th down, and with 6:54 to go, could that be the deciding factor? Danville fans stunned here on our near side of the screen as Utica turns Danville over on downs for the 2nd time today.
Just want to take a moment here to thank all of you guys out there on Facebook and YouTube watching here tonight. Really appreciate all the support you guys give us for these live streams here we're able to provide for you. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do it.
Danville fans kind of biting at the nails right now as Utica takes over on offense again. Hayes hands off to Hall. And just a few yards on the gain. Shout out to our sponsors tonight, helping bring this live and free coverage: Knox Public Health, the Bottleneck Bar and Grill, OhioHealth, Schmidt Security Pro, the Killbuck Savings Bank, and Knox Community Hospital. So this will make it 2nd down and 7 on the 42 of Utica, but that clock continues to roll. Both teams have all 3 timeouts to their disposal.
Utica coming up to the line here, sticking again with that shotgun formation. Looks like you got 17 Camden Hall in the sidecar there. Now flipping to the right side.
And he's going to take the handoff. 2nd down and 7. It looks like he got maybe 1.
Swallowed up almost immediately by Jacob Byers. Again, trying to fill in that big hole that was made after his older brother, Josh, graduated last year. Really kind of stepping up here, making the play calls on the Danville defensive unit tonight. Him and Landon King both making the calls down there.
We've got 3rd down and 6. Need a stop here if you're Danville. You've got 4 up on the line. Motion from Hall, late pickup on the matchup. And it looks like Hayes is going to get stopped short. It didn't look pretty there for a little bit for Danville, but they do recover to make the stop. I thought there was a wide open lane, but it was closed up quickly.
It looks like Chris Mosier able to stick his nose in there and make the stop. Possibly Justice Tharp. It was kind of hard to tell. There's a lot of Danville defenders there making the play, but able to hold them. They're sitting now at looks like 4th and 5. Going to bring up another Utica punt. Hopefully Danville is able to make something of this punt return here.
Some great punts today from Utica. Both Wallace and Payne will now go back to return again. McKinney sidesteps, punts, angles it out of bounds. They want nothing to do with those returners right now. And it's going to be down. It looks like they'll mark it at the 30.
Yeah, again,
They'll go 35. The one official overran it, I thought, way too much. And now they're going to decide on the 39. So that's a generous spot there for Danville. They'll go right at the 40.
Yeah, that's definitely something the coaching staff told McKinney going into this game. Do not punt it to Payne and Wallace. Do not give them a chance to make a dangerous play there. And just let the defense do what they do. And it's working so far tonight. This Utica defense really sticking it to the Danville offense here.
Blue Devils are in panic mode. Empty backfield. 5 receivers. Ridgway's got to make something happen. Up the middle. Payne holds on after a big hit on the catch.
Big time catch there. Just under 5 minutes left in the game. They're going to try to get some quick points on the board. See what they can do. Looks like we got another flag on the field. And another holding call on the offense.
There was hardly enough time for the line, for the trenches really to touch each other. That ball was thrown so quickly, but still they found a hold in this play. I think I do see it a little bit there. I think Billy Hood is the victim.
Yeah, these offensive linemen, they got to keep their hands inside. All these guys, they're in the point of their career where they know what they need to do, and seems like they're making a lot of mental mistakes tonight.
1st down and 20. Great jump off the line for Utica. And Wallace drops it right at the original line of scrimmage. This is not looking good right now for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, that right there was a big missed play, big missed opportunity by Cy Wallace. Ball got to him in the middle of the field, wide open, nobody anywhere near him, and just slipped right through his hands.
.440 to go, 20-8. There has been no scores here in this second half. It'll take a Herculean effort for the Blue Devils to come out on top tonight.
Ridgway back in the shotgun again with Cy Wallace, sidecar to his left.
Takes the snap, looks to his left, fakes the throw. He's got pressure, and he's going to have to go down. Takes a big loss on the sack. Looks like a loss of 14 as the big fella gets to him.
Another big sack by Hawley. And it looks like Bryson Macy, number 76, was also there to make the play. Looks like Macy making the initial contact. Holloway coming in to clean it up. This Utica defense is fired up right now, and they're looking to close out this road win here tonight in Danville.
Well, they're still calculating the 3rd down here because it's quite a long way to go, and it's going to be 3rd down and 32. And they're back to their own 12.
Yeah, things just not going Danville's way tonight. Not sure what's going on. boys seem to be playing a little flat. Don't seem to be very excited to be in the game tonight. And it's showing. Utica coming out with a lot of energy right out of the gate tonight, and taking advantage of all the mental mistakes that Danville's been making. That's going to have to get cleaned up this week in practice.
And honestly, just looking back at that Danville touchdown, Utica is one missed tackle away from a shutout tonight.
Yeah, I agree. Briggs making a great play there early in the game to get that first score, first and only score for Danville. But they haven't really been able to get anything rolling the rest of the night.
Empty backfield yet again for Ridgeway. He has had a lot of work cut out for him, as now we see a whistle before the snap. And
Timeout.
By Utica.
Timeout, Utica.
So 3rd down and 32. We'll have to wait. But the Redskins, after losing 34-0 to Centerburg, have shocked all of us here with this score right now, 20-8. And the transitive property is a dangerous game, but Centerburg right now, you just got to tip the cap to how they handled this team in week 1, because we've seen a completely different look from the Redskins tonight that has worked out for the better. And Danville here in their opener at home, welcoming in the new turf. It just looked like Utica was ready to play. They're kind of like back in their groove right now, as we see them come out of this Redskin timeout. The Blue Devils with a 3rd down and 32 with 4:29.
Yeah, this Utica defense really walking around with a lot of confidence on the field. A lot of real swagger down there by Hawley especially, who's had an amazing night tonight.
Time for Ridgeway, and there's yet another drop from Danville. It's just continuing to pile up late in this game, and there's just no momentum for the wide receiver core.
Yeah, that right there is a play that Wes Payne has made before. Made a lot of those last year as a junior, this year his senior season. He's really going to go back to his own drawing board this week, figure out what happened. He's going to work a lot on the jugs machine this week and try to get things figured out for this next week of practice, because the receiving game just really hasn't been working at all for them.
There's a lot still to figure out about this Danville Blue Devils team, but you can't forget this is how things happened last year as well. Just a rough start to things as this is picked off. And Utica has a chance to take it pretty much inside the 10. It's a pickoff attempt from Chris Harris, the senior, who likely puts a bow on proceedings here tonight as Ridgeway makes an errant pass right into double coverage. And the senior capitalizes, the 2nd pick of the year for Ridgeway.
Yeah, it looks like it was just a pass thrown into double coverage. Ridgeway trying to force the pass in there, and that happens a lot, especially with these first-year starters. Ridgeway getting a little work in the quarterback last year in varsity level. But they get down, especially late in the game. They try forcing passes into where they shouldn't be, and things like that happen.
That's what the second half felt like, Peyton. It just felt like it was a Nolan Ridgeway attempt to kind of just keep throwing them back into the game. It just never really materialized.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Coach Bloom down there and the coaching staff, they're really trying to get things going, and Utica's just had an answer for pretty much everything that Danville's thrown at them tonight.
So Hayes and company for the Utica offense, a chance to put a bow on things offensively, and they'll take a timeout first. 4:16 left. Still a 2-score game, threatening to become a 3-score game. And if the Redskins take advantage here on this drive, they will move to 1-1 on the year. And they will beat Danville. In a result that doesn't happen often. Against Utica, the Devils are 7-3 since 2004. They last lost to this team in Utica back in 2010.
Yeah, it's like I said at the beginning of the game here tonight, it's always been one of those friendly rivalries we've had with Utica. I remember playing them a couple times in high school, and it was always a game we looked forward to. It was always a hard-fought game, and Utica able to just get things rolling tonight, and Danville really hasn't been able to respond with any of the punches thrown by Utica.
Ball will be placed at the 8-yard line after the interception from Chris Harris has them in business. Hayes with 2 beside him. You know what that means. He's going to bowl forward. And he's going to bounce off of that line, and he looks like he's in. No, he's down at the 1.
Got him down at the 1. Definitely looked like he tried reaching for the end zone there, but it looks like his knee hit just before he reached across the goal line. Everything was stacked up, piled up there in the center there by Silas Miser again, but Hayes is able to find a hole just there to the left and able to squeak out a couple yards there. It's going to be 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you what, this lineup here with Hayes and then the 2 backs beside him, he's kind of just bowled forward with his size. We'll see if he does it again. That he does, and it looks like he's in. And the Utica Redskins look like they're going to run away with this one on the road in probably the upset of the night here on the OH Report. 26-8, pending an extra point.
Yeah, finally able to capitalize off of that interception made there by Chris Harris. Got the ball back into his offensive hands. And Hayes finishing off the short drive there with another Utica score.
Pending the extra points from Daniel Barrow. .322 to go, and Blue Devil fans stunned. Starting to see some make their way to the exit.
Late flag there, possibly an excessive celebration there on Utica. Not sure what was said or done there at the end of the play, but whatever it was, the referee did not like it.
Yeah, I got the tail end of it right there. Not too sure what exactly that was about, but nonetheless, Utica makes the extra point. It is now a 27-8 game. We'll take likely our final break of the night and come back to wrap this up on the OH Report.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
Three and a half minutes to go. Looks like finishing touches are due here at Tough Street Stadium as the Utica Redskins look like they're going to even their record back up to 500 early in the season against a really formidable foe in Danville.
Just a little pooch kick down the middle, right to Cy Wallace.
Has some space, breaks a tackle, keeps juking along, and he's into Danville, or into Utica territory. So some light there for Danville to move ahead, and we've got yet another flag getting thrown here at the very end of the play, as words must just be getting exchanged out on the field right now.
Looks like another personal foul call on Utica. Just I think you said it perfectly. Some more words getting said there at the end of the play by Utica. These guys, even though there's only 3 minutes left in the game, that is still plenty of time for any good team to make a comeback, and Danville is definitely one of those teams where they have made comebacks like that before in the past. And these unnecessary penalties is what's going to spark that comeback if Danville's able to put one together here tonight.
So see Danville's offense on your screen huddling up. Looks like we're going to move up 15 yards on that penalty. So solid return from Wallace is made even better with that penalty. So not a lot of time could come off the clock here for a potential touchdown for Danville.
Yeah, they're going to be looking to score quick. Probably going to look at an onside kick here if they're able to score to try to get the ball back and keep this ball rolling here tonight.
Empty set again. Fake give to Wallace. Throw up the middle. Payne. Can he hold on this time?
Looks like they're going to. No, the referee's calling it incomplete, saying the ball hit the ground.
And that's the far side official coming in.
Looked like he hauled it in, but I do think I see the ball touch the ground there. It was a good call there by the referee from the far sideline, able to come in and make the call there, because it didn't look like the rest of the referees got a good look at it.
That'll bring it back to 2nd down and 10. 3:09 to go now.
Utica's defensive backfield making some adjustments there.
Ball in the Utica 31 as Ridgway drops back right between the hashes, throws to his tight end. Tharp makes the catch inside the 15. That'll move the chains. That'll stop the clock momentarily.
That'll give them just a couple of seconds to get back up to the line, get a quick play called. They're essentially going to run a 2-minute drill, even though there's 3 minutes left in the game. But they need to get points on the board now, and they need to get the ball back to try to put a comeback together here.
Snap taken from the shotgun at the 20, dropping back in the far hashes. Throw towards the near side of the end zone. This one picked as well, and Utica takes a knee.
And it looks like that might do it tonight. Utica's just going to run out the clock here. Interception made by Greer Dunn, number 12, the senior for Utica. Hard play there to make, and Dunn able to come in, step between the ball and the receiver, able to make the interception in the end zone, kneel it down, get the ball back on the 20, so Utica can just run out the clock here in this game here tonight.
And the celebrations look like they're going to be squandered tonight as Danville rings in this new stadium, and they're going to end up walking out with a near 20-point loss. Hayes resets things, hands off to his back as Bowen gains about a yard.
Yeah, things starting to get a little chippy down there on the field. Players showing a little emotion, showing some of their frustration on the Danville defensive front. Definitely frustrated about the game tonight. It's hard for some of these guys to take losses like this, especially in such a fashion. Their opening game on this new turf, and they're not able to bring in the win for the home crowd. Utica back up to the line. Hayes again in the shotgun with Bowman and sidecar to the right here. Going to run down the clock as much as they can to run away with this victory. Looking at 27-8 right now with a minute 50 left in the game.
2nd down and 9. Far side hashes, another handoff to Bowen. This will gain another yard or two. Clock will continue to roll on down. Danville's got 2 timeouts left, but it doesn't look like they're going to be taking them here. Towel hasn't been thrown quite yet, but it's slowly being pulled out of the pocket.
Yeah, again, this Danville team really looking forward to giving the home crowd a show tonight. Their opening game on this new turf, and things just haven't really worked in their favor. As
Bowen trucks through for a 1st down all the way to the 35.
just under a minute left in this game. We're going to be looking at a couple more runs from Bowen just like that to run out this game. The sidelines over there for Utica already starting to celebrate.
We'll have to do one more down before the clock takes over. 40 seconds left here in the fourth. Utica 27, Danville 8. This is not a place that the Blue Devils have lost often, as it looks like the bench already pretty much lined up here for Danville, ready to shake hands. 5 seconds left on the play clock. Hayes will take one final knee. And for the first time since 2010, the Utica Redskins take down the Danville Blue Devils here tonight.
Good respect shown there by both sides. You saw there at the line of scrimmage, the players all shaking hands with each other. Again, it's always been a friendly rivalry with Utica. Utica able to come in, stick it to Danville, and sneak out the win here on this opening home game here at Tough Street Stadium.
And Utica evens themselves back up to 500. They send Danville the same direction, just on the wrong result. 27-8 your final. Utica over the Devils here from Tough Street Stadium. We'll take a break, come back with your MVP and some final stats here on the OH Report.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Take a look at all the action from Friday night football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Time now to MVP tonight from Utica. Big upset as they take down Danville here on the road, and Donovan Hawley was a big piece of that. The nose tackle, the senior for the squad, held Danville to just 51 yards rushing, a team that ran for 316 yards last week. I know you had their run game circled on the schedule. Just talk to me about how you guys came into the week prepared for this Blue Devil squad.
We watched film from last week, idolized number 12, knew that he was a really fast, shifty guy, and we just had to break down, tackle, make sure we keep him contained, and then basically from there everything else just played out how it did.
And then just talk to me about going into the game. While that plan initially worked, what else kind of happened throughout the course of the game to help get the result tonight?
That big fourth and goal stop, first drive, that was a big motivational for us personally on the field and the sideline, and it just really motivated us to keep going and push.
And then Donovan, this is the first time you guys have beaten Danville. I know you haven't played too much, but the first time you've beaten Danville since 2010. So just reacting to a stat like that, what does that mean for the program and where this Utica team is going?
We just got to keep pushing forward, just keep going 1 week at a time. It's a great stat. Glad to beat them. Just basically got to keep pushing forward week in week and just keep preparing.
All right, and then Donovan, one final question. Well, not really a question for you. You can look into that camera. Anybody that you want, teammates, parents, coaches, shout-outs. What do you want to do?
I want to shout out Chris Harris, my Mike linebacker, always pushing me to be better, always telling me just run through a dude's face, and just keeping me up, just keeping me prepared for each week.
I'll give a shout-out to him as well for that pick.
Yes, sir.
Well, Donovan, congratulations to you. Best of luck the rest of the year.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Take a look at all the action from Friday night football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Time for your post-game show, brought to you by Knox Public Health. Jonathon Langdon alongside Payton Colopy as we kind of recap things here tonight in true shocker, Payton, to be quite honest here tonight. 27-8, Utica comes out with the win, and it all is kind of backed up by who we just talked to. Just the defense for this Utica team shut down Danville. While they did get a lot of yardage, I would say, but in the short field, that's where Utica really excelled.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Donovan Hawley, big number 60, really stepping up for the Utica defense tonight, plugging up the interior of that line of scrimmage tonight. Didn't really have anywhere to go for Cy Wallace. As he mentioned in his MVP interview, they really honed in on Cy this week. And I'm not surprised coaches were looking at him. They saw how dangerous he was last year when they played him. Saw how dangerous he was at the end of the season last year. And it's not surprising that they keyed in on him this week, really to kind of keep their rushing attack to a minimum.
And then for Danville, just coming into tonight, it was a celebration to kind of install this new stadium, and then things kind of end on a sour note, but this is a wake-up call for this Blue Devil team that they needed, because they were in a very similar situation last year, going 2-3 to start the year. Of course, they beat Utica last year, but now you're kind of thrown into a mode of, what do we do from here? How do we utilize our star players better to get more wins on the table?
Yeah, their support staff they have there on the offense is definitely going to have to become a bigger factor to their offensive game plan. They got to go back to the drawing board this week for practice. Really take a look at even some of these scout team guys, see what they can do to help out the offense, help clear things up for Cy, for even Briggs, Cy's younger brother, clear things up for Aiden Mickley and Wesley Payne. We got to try to figure out how Danville can kind of open things back up for these guys so they can make a place.
Well, Utica will wrap up their trifecta of KMAC non-conference games against Fredericktown next week. That'll be a home game for them at 7 o'clock. And then Danville will be right back here to take on Lucas, a game that we will be at live and free next Friday. Should be an exciting one. Danville going to want to get back into the win column. Lucas playing elsewhere tonight against Hillsdale. Don't have the exact update on that score, but that would definitely be a tough win if they got it. But Hillsdale, definitely a strong team that took Danville out of the playoffs last year in the state semifinals. But Danville, chance to bounce back next week against Lucas, right back here at Tough Street Stadium to try and make things right when it comes to installing Tough Street Stadium. A truly beautiful venue, just not the right way to go in the score column tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. Jonathon Langdon, Payton Colopy, Sean Williamson, your broadcast crew tonight. We will see you next week, Danville fans, for some more live and free football on the OH Report.